Home Alone is a film, 1990. Now, here's the thing. It's not only a film. It's also a novelization.
A novelization? What's that?
I'm so glad you asked. Now, a novelization is this concept. I think it originated in like the 60s or the 70s.
The silent era, right? Actually.
Really? Even before that?
Yeah, even King Kong from the 1930s had a novelization.
Now, before you were able to watch a movie on demand in any sort of way, you saw a film in the theater, you loved it. It's ephemeral. Right? It's gone. Maybe if you really like it, you go to the cinema as many times as you can during its first run. So say you want to relive Star Wars or Alien. Well, there was this little concept of the novelization, which is a book that's based on the movie. So rather than needing to rely on these scant memories alone to revisit a movie that you love, here's the novelization in paperback, and you can revisit the story.
But they are always working with an earlier version of the script, more often than not, anyway.
Right. Because importantly, for merchandising reasons, that novelization needs to be released simultaneously with the film.
When Home Alone comes out, that book should be in grocery stores and people should be able to grab it. They go and see that movie. If they don't want to pay the ticket price for it again, they can buy the novel, and now they own it. The thing to take in mind is that that's not canon. There were later drafts of the script that led up to the film that changed things. And if you read the novelization, you can see the differences there.
What are the differences? What do we learn? What feels like it's not accurate? What plays like it's fanfic? And what helps us understand the story a little bit more?
I think the scene that struck me the most when reading it was towards the beginning, actually. It's a scene before you even see Kevin in the film. You know, the first time you see Kevin in the film, he goes up to his parents' bedroom. Uncle Frank won't let me watch the movie, but the big kids can. The book includes a scene where Frank says that Kevin can't watch the movie with him. And I thought that this scene actually said a lot about both characters, because it starts out with Uncle Frank calling Kevin into the room to ask him to fix the VCR for him. And Kevin just makes fun of Uncle Frank. And Uncle Frank is not having it. He's really upset.
Uncle Frank is like, why don't you have a job or something like that? And he's like, because I'm a kid. Kids don't have jobs.
Yes. So like Kevin fixes the movie for him. Also, Heather and Tracy are in the room. Those are the big kids that he's referring to.
They're laughing with Kevin.
With Kevin at Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank is embarrassed by it. And so basically Kevin is enamored with the fact that Uncle Frank brought this movie from Ohio, it says, this black and white gangster film. And Kevin had never seen a black and white film before. And so he really wanted to check it out. And Uncle Frank was still so burned by Kevin making him look like a fool in front of Heather and Tracy that he said, no, get out of here. This movie's not for little kids. You can't be here anymore. So that's why he gets sent out of the room. And then Kevin goes upstairs and basically pouts to his parents. The other instance also related to Uncle Frank, where I thought the book was a lot more severe than the movie was, is the pizza scene. Kevin walks into the kitchen and Uncle Frank is still miffed about it. And I don't know if you remember this, but during the deleted scenes episode, we talked about when Uncle Frank does the yank prank on Kevin.
Yank prank.
You know what the French are going to call you, Kevin? Yank. And then he yanks Kevin's pants down.
He pantses Kevin.
And shows his boxer shorts. In the movie, in the deleted scenes, he does this in a hallway upstairs.
Just the two of them.
Just the two of them. In the book, it's in the kitchen in front of the entire family. And so, they're really pushing that Kevin feeling downtrodden, Uncle Frank is a real jerk kind of thing in that scene.
As I was reading it, I was thinking about the differences. And a big thing that sticks out to me is that the film, of course, we know is aimed at kids. It's a family film. It's rated PG. There's not really an age limit to who should or shouldn't see this film, but there is some coarse language in Home Alone.
Horse's ass.
Horse's if you were growing on my ass, right? What I noticed in the novelization is that not only is there no coarse language, but there's also really no reference to butts at all.
Yeah, actually, I remember that. Somebody says keister at some point in the film.
Well, yeah, in Angels with Filthy Souls, get your ugly keister off my property.
That's right. He doesn't say keister. He says, like,
get your ugly face.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Also,
the other instance is when Buzz says, I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my arm.
That's something I hadn't really expected. I figured they would keep the language. It was PG. Kids could see it. Why can't they read it? But maybe that's not the case.
It's like a family will watch the film, but no adult outside of us is going to read the novelization, right? The novelization is exclusively for kids.
Yeah.
So I think a decision was made there.